Most people assume the answer to this is obvious. Either they think debt is bad, get rid of it, or they think invest early, time in the market beats everything. But here is the truth, both of those can be completely wrong depending on your situation. And by the end of this video, you will probably change your mind about at least one thing you are currently doing with your money. Because this decision doesn't come down to your personality, your gut feeling, or generic advice you read online. It comes down to one number, and once you know how to use it, this decision basically makes itself in about 30 seconds. No fluff, let's get into it. Here is how most people approach this decision. They follow their gut, debt feels bad, so I want it gone, or they follow generic advice, always invest early because of compound interest. Both of those can lead you in completely the wrong direction depending on your situation. Because here is what nobody tells you, paying off debt is an investment. Every pound you use to clear a debt that's charging you interest is giving you a guaranteed return, equal to whatever the interest rate is. Think about it, if you have got a credit card charging you 22% interest and you pay it off, that's a guaranteed 22% return on your money. You will not beat that in the stock market, not consistently, not reliably. But, and this is the bit most people miss, not all debt works like that. Here is the framework. It comes down to comparing two numbers. Number 1, the interest rate on your debt. Number 2, the expected return on your investment. That's it. Whichever number is higher, that's where your money should go. Let me show you what I mean with some real examples. Example 1, a credit card debt at 22%. The stock market historically returns somewhere around 7 to 10% per year on average. That's before inflation over the long term. Your credit card is charging you 22%. 22 is bigger than 10. Pay off the credit card every time. That's not a debate. Example 2, a mortgage at 4.5%. Now the math flips slightly. Your mortgage is costing you 4.5%. The market has historically returned more than that over the long term. So in pure maths terms, investing should make more sense than aggressively overpaying your mortgage. Now I want to be clear here. There are emotional and security reasons why some people prefer to pay down the mortgage faster. And that's completely valid. But purely mathematically, the numbers lean towards investing. Example 3, a UK student loan. This one catches a lot of people out. And this might be the thing that changes your mind I mentioned at the start. In the UK, most people are on Plan 2 or Plan 5 student loans. The interest rates vary, but more importantly, your student loans get wiped out after 30 years, regardless of what's left. And repayments are income contingent, not debt contingent. What that means is, for majority of UK graduates, you are never going to clear that student loans anyway. Overpaying it doesn't reduce your monthly repayments, it just reduces a balance that might get wiped off anyway. So throwing extra money at your student loans is almost always the wrong call mathematically. Invest instead, or put it in your ISA or pension. If you are not sure which student loans plan you are on, check your student loans company account. It matters. Now, what about when the numbers are close? What if your debt is at 6% and expected market returns are around 7%? Honestly, either decision is defensible, but here is how I would think about it. If the debt is guaranteed and the investment return isn't, lean towards the debt. The market returning 7% is a long-term average. In any given year, it could be down 20%. Your debt interest, on the other hand, is certain. You are definitely paying it. So when it's close, I would slightly favor clearing the debt because you are swapping a guaranteed cost for an uncertain gain. The one exception, your pension, especially if your employer matches contributions. If your employer matches 5% of your salary into your pension and you are not taking that, you are leaving free money on the table. That's an instant 100% return before your money even gets invested. That beats clearing almost any debt. So before anything else, always make sure you are getting your full employer pension match. One more thing I want to address before you go off running to invest or clear debt. None of this works if you don't have any emergency fund. If you have got no cash buffer and your boiler breaks, you're going back into debt. Whatever progress you made, wiped. Most people aim for 3 to 6 months of essential expenses sitting in an easy access savings account. That's your foundation. Get that in place first. Then apply the maths we just talked about. Let me bring this all together so you can actually use it. Every time you have spare money, ask yourself these questions in order. 1. Am I getting my full employer pension match? If not, do that first. 2. Do I have an emergency fund for 3 to 6 months of expenses? If not, build that. 3. What interest rate is my debt charging me? Is it higher than 7%? Pay it off. Is it lower? Consider investing. 4. If you are investing, are you using your ISA allowance? That's £20,000 a year you can invest completely tax-free. Use it before a general investment account. If you are unsure on how to use an ISA, I will leave a link to my video which explains how an ISA works. That's the whole framework. 4 questions. You don't need a spreadsheet. You don't need a financial advisor. You just need to know your interest rate. So, did anything in there surprise you? For most people, it's the student loans part, because we are conditioned to think all debt is bad and needs to clear as fast as possible. But as you have just seen, the maths doesn't always back that up. The whole point of this video is to take what feels like a complicated, stressful decision and reduce it down to something you can work out in 30 seconds. Drop a comment below and tell me which situation you are in, and are you focusing on paying off debt, investing, or trying to do both? And if you want to know exactly where to invest once you have sorted your debt, I will leave the link up here. It covers ISAs, index funds, and how to actually get started from scratch. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.